Hi everyone, welcome back to your revision session for pre-boards. Alright, so we are on My Mother at 66 by Kamla Das. The first thing, the trick to remembering the exact way how you will spell your title as well as the name of the poet. So the title will be spelled or when it's written down with the correct punctuation always, please. So that means that wherever there's a grammar item, for example here it's at, that will start with a small alphabet. The other main items, they all start with the capital alphabet. That holds true for titles wherever you put them in your articles or report writing or elsewhere. Second trick is Kamla Das spelled as Kamala. So in your head, you will remember the name as Kamala. Check it in your book. It's M-A. So that's the general mistake, right? Then we come down to the poet, Indian English poet belonging to South of India, and she is an advocate of women and children's rights. She talks about, or she has the ability to write in language, put across in words the complex subtleties of human relationships. It's a very difficult thing to do. All of us cannot do that. So she does that, brings it out very beautifully. This poem, as you already know, is a relationship between a daughter and her mother. Theme, two things you remember. One, aging. The other is fear of separation from a loved one. So in this particular poem, she tells us the sorrow that we feel, the poignant moment when the daughter realizes that perhaps this could be the last time she is seeing her mother because her mother is old now and she's moving out, she's going away, she's saying goodbye, and she has her apprehensions whether she's going to see her mother again. That fear of separation, which is familiar to her because she has felt it many times earlier also. What is the premise of the poem? The poet is going to the airport. She has perhaps come to her hometown to visit her parents, and now she's going to the airport to catch a flight. And her mother is accompanying her. She is seated beside her in the car. The poet looks at the mother and is reminded of a dead body, corpse. Her face ashen like that of a corpse. The mother is sitting beside her in the car, and as it happens in a moving vehicle, you do tend to doze off. Dozing means lightly sleeping. So mother is lightly sleeping with her mouth hanging open, and the grey in her face reminds the poet of a dead body, ashen like that of a corpse. And obviously that she's shaken up, she's moved, so she, to distract herself from those morbid thoughts of losing her mother, she just turns towards the other side and she looks outside the window. Outside the window, two images you will remember. One is that of trees sprinting, merry children spilling out of doors. So the trees are sprinting, meaning of sprinting, rushing past. Merry children spilling out of doors, spilling here, again rushing out with a lot of energy, vigor, and happiness. So the two key words here, youth and energy. The trees, sprinting trees, and merry children symbolize youth and energy, and they are in direct contrast with or complete contrast with the dull, passive old mother. All right, so for some time, of course, her attention is diverted, but as she reaches the airport security check, she has to once again look at her mother to say goodbye, and it just hits her again that the mother's face is worn, pale, dull as a late winter's moon. The mother's face is looking extremely, extremely pale. It's looking colorless. And she's reminded of the dullness of a moon which comes out in the late winters. It's not bright and sparkly. All right. But all I did was smile and smile and smile. The last phrase. She says a very hopeful goodbye, and the exact phrase you will learn, see you soon, Amma. And she smiles and smiles and smiles. Expected questions. Number one, why is the ache called familiar? The ache is called familiar because she has experienced it many times earlier. Number two, what are her parting words? What is the significance of her last expression and her parting words? So the exact in quotes, how the words are coming in, that you have to learn. So her parting words are, see you soon, Amma. And the significance of the smile, the fact it's repeated. Repetition, children, is made to emphasize. So wherever you repeat something, you are emphasizing or stressing upon certain fact. So here the stress is upon the brave smile, that she is scared, apprehensive of losing her mother. However, because she loves her mother so much and she wants to protect her mother from her own insecurities, she just smiles. So that smile is a brave act to hide her real feelings of insecurity, the fear of separation from her mother, the apprehension of whether she will be seeing her mother again or not. So that smile is a brave expression to hide her true emotions, and the words, the actual words are an expression of hope that she harbors to see her mother again. She has the hope that okay, she'll see her mother again sometime soon. Poetic devices used: simile, direct contrast. What is a simile? When you compare and contrast one thing with a completely dissimilar thing, but they have to have a same quality somewhere. So you're comparing two dissimilar things with similar qualities, directly using the words like or as mostly. That's a simile. So here there is of a simile has been used. Mother has been compared to a dead body as well as to the dull pale winter's moon. Then there is symbolism. Symbolism where the merry children symbolize youth and energy. The sprinting trees symbolize youth and energy. Then there is contrast, where these images are contrasting with the dull and pale mother, right? And like I said in my previous video, you will go through your sources and read at least 10 to 15 answers of this poem. You will write these frequently asked, which I have just mentioned, in your notebooks, in your revision copies, and you will go through as many poetic devices as you can find in your various sources. So read the poem carefully, read the question and answers, write at least 5, and understand every nuance. Read every line carefully, multiple times. All right. So I'll come to you again with the poem number 2. Thank you. Bye. Happy studies.